Welcome to the video of cleaning and AI personalizing your list. I'm very excited about this video, to be honest, because I'm a little bit of a nerd when it comes to these things, and I'm very happy about the progress that we have made there. So let's dive into it and how you can use Google Sheets. Honestly, this is going to be like a life lesson of how you can use Google Sheets, which is going to help you tremendously in every endeavor in the future. So I hope you're excited. Let's get right into it. So the first thing that you want to do once you get an email list, you want to add it to Google Sheets. But the way you want to do this is you want to go to Google Drive. You want to click on right click somewhere or click here on New. Click on Google Sheets. So you want to create a sheet first, and then you want to import the sheet. That's usually how I do it. I mean, maybe there's a different way, but I'm just doing it like this. Always import here in File, and then you're going to go to Upload right here. And then you're going to just drag your list in there. So I just downloaded like a little list. So let me just download that one. So I just downloaded this one. So you're just going to drag it in there. And then it's going to ask you what you want to do with that list. And we want to append it. So let's do that in a sec. There we go. So you want to click here on not replace, but append to current sheet, import data. And that's going to add all of the data into the Google Sheets, which is amazing. There we go. Okay, so this is a list that we have from Apollo. So here are all the data fields that you have. Your first name, last name, company, email, and so on. So the first thing that I want to show you is how you can filter in Google Sheets. There's two ways to filter. You can either click here on this thing and then click on the filter symbol, or you can click here. And I would always recommend you to click on here, because without being like too deep into it, if I create a row here which is empty and I filter by clicking here on this one, then as you see, it's only going to filter till here. And this in the past has created huge headaches for me, because I was filtering only half the sheet, and then like it created a huge mess. So be better and don't do this mistake. And the reason why it did that is because we clicked on the one. Now, if we click here on this thing, and then filter, it's going to select the whole sheet, which is exactly what you want. So yeah, we can even leave it there. It doesn't matter. So now you can filter, right? So you can filter by A to Z or Z to A. Most importantly as well, though, you can also just remove stuff that you want. So technically, let's say you have the industries here, marketing, advertising, keywords. You could technically filter with keywords in here as well, which is pretty cool. So yeah, now you can do whatever you want. Let's say we clear all of this. Click OK. Now everything's going to be gone. Now I can click on it again, and I can filter, for example, with branding. So now I only want leads that have branding in there. Select all, and now we have everything that has in the keyword branding. One thing that you need to keep in mind is when you export this list right now here, and the way to export is here, click on download and CSV. So if I would download it right now in order to add it to instantly, then it's going to export still the whole sheet. It's not going to export this filtered thing, right? So you always want to click here on the add sheet before you download something. Click here on, for example, this one. I think you can just click on the all button. Yeah. And then copy, paste it into the new one, because now you can download this sheet, and now it's going to be only the branded ones, which is around 800 people. So only branding kind of companies, right? Hope that makes sense. And always once we do that, like let's say I put it into the new sheet here, and I download the list for instantly to get ready. What I always do here then is I select this color, and I always select the first color below this, like neon green, because the neon green just hurts my eyes. So if you click on it, then it means now I know in the future, okay, these leads are already sent emails to. So let's say you have a list of 10,000 leads, then you can basically select half of them or whatever, send them out the emails and put it into a new sheet, and then select the green here. Cool. So next thing that we want to talk about is, we talked about the filter, right? Other things that you can do with the filter. I just wanted to like inspire you a little bit here what you can do with it. You can filter with employee amount. Let's say you want to target, let's in the first round, let's only target the biggest employee companies or the smallest ones, right? Yeah, I think that's enough for now. You can remove the filter by clicking here again and clicking select all. Okay, and then it's going to select all, right? And now we have this problem that we have some green selected, so let's just select them back to white. Okay, next thing, including extreme filters. We already talked about that. Proper function to clean company name. So one of the issues is you want to usually always personalize your emails with the company name as well. One of the issues that you have there is that even this cleaned company name for emails is sometimes still a little weird, right? So one of the things we want to do there is, let's say, for example, CM Global, and sometimes it's okay, but sometimes it just, for example, Weekend Digital, it just sometimes looks a little weird to say, I recently found Weekend Digital, right? Or let's say, I recently found Graphica. I recently came across. Like, no one would write an email like this, right? Like, it's just very, very weird. Give me a second, I get a call. All right, sorry for that. So it basically looks weird, right? So what we wanna do here is we wanna remove this all caps thing because no one would write like this in real life. And the way I would do this is I would create a new column on the right side. So just right click here, insert a new column. And then what I would do is, where is it now? There we go. And what I would do then is I would use a formula, and we use the proper formula for this one, for the first one. And the way this works is you could do an equal sign. You say proper, which is, as you see, capitalizes each word in a specific string. You just click on it, and then you click on this one. Boom, right? And then you close the brackets because it's like a formula, and that's it. And as you see now, it says I recently came across Graphica. Now, usually you usually don't have the I recently came across because that's in the email anyways, right? So that's why this is what it would look like, which is cool because it looks better in the email. Now, if you want to drag that down, you can do that here. And as you see, it's automatically going to do it for all of these ones because Google Sheets is smart. So let's do that. You can also just copy it even and then paste it as you see. So that works as well. So I can just like use these ones, just let's fill in those ones, paste it in here. And then from here as well, either you can drag it down to the very end or just copy it. And then the next thing that I would do is I would basically copy it back to this one usually, or you can just keep it here, company name, cleaned or something. But usually I don't like to have like a million different company name things in here. So what I do here is I just copy the whole thing and then I want to paste it in here. However, because this is a formula, you can't just paste it in here. It will be weird. See, like now what it did is it created the formula and used this sheet. So you don't want to do that. Instead, you want to copy this one. So I'm doing Command C or strgec or whatever on the Windows. And then I'm clicking here on paste, but I'm doing not paste because otherwise it will paste the formula. Instead, I'm clicking on paste special and clicking on values only. That way it's only going to it's only going to paste the text string in there, right? So now we have the text in there. We can delete this one again. And now we have the company name cleaned. Okay, cool. First step done. The company name now looks clean. Now we want to find and replace and to remove LLC and so on. And this is one of the best functions. When I found it, I was like, what the heck? So let me show you how that looks like. So what you want to use is you want to use either the combination of Command Shift H, or you can just click here on edit and find and replace. So once you click on that, it's going to open this thing up. And this is one of the best things that Google Sheets has. I love it. So let me show you how this works. Because the way I would do this, I would scroll through and I would remove things that I don't want in there. For example, international. I feel like that's an unnecessary word that I want to remove. From all of the things here in the whole sheet, if they have international, I want to remove it with one click, which is pretty cool. So you just click on the international, you replace it with nothing, and then replace all, boom. Replaced one instance. In this case, we only had one instance with international. Now, this one, the I could remove it. However, this is where you need to like be smart. If I remove that, it's also going to remove everything else that might be like Computive, let's say Computive Powers is a company name. Then it would basically remove the CO and it would be Umptive Powers, which you don't want, right? So don't do that. Make sure that you only select things that would be in there and like that would not get you in trouble, right? So for example, .in, there's not going to be any scenario where that's going to be the case where I don't want to remove it, right? So replace all, just replace one. Let's keep going here. Let's say, for example, agency I'm going to keep in there, I think. Group, for example, Vertigo Media Group. I think like the group you could remove, for example, and then as you see that remove 20 instances. Let's keep going. The TM symbol. So I would just copy this one in here, replace all. Let's see if it actually, maybe I need to select them all. No, just one instance. This R symbol for sure. And these ones you can just do manually then, right? But this is going to save you a bunch of time because even if you have 5,000 leads, it's only going to take a lot less then. The R symbol, 2 instances. B.V is a company name in the Netherlands, I think. So we don't want that. So that's basically like LLC in the Netherlands. And yeah, I think you get the point. .ai, for example, unnecessary. This one I would remove manually. But yeah, I think we stopped here doing the leads, right? But especially like LLC stuff you want to remove, right? So let's just use this one and do the LLC because you'll see that it's gonna, oh, didn't actually find entries. Let's see why that is so. Not sure why. Maybe we need to click here done and do it again. There we go. 142 instances would have LLC. Imagine you send an email and it says, I recently came across Gymshark LLC. It just sounds so weird. You're just like, you basically expose yourself that you send an automated email instantly. So this is the proper function. Find and replace, we talked about that. Combining fields is what we can talk about last. So if you want to combine some fields, then you can do the equal sign, click on, let's say we want to combine these two. Then you can do this one, click on this one, and then you can do the and sign and this one. This would be both, right? So if you want to have a space in between there, I guess you would have to do maybe like this. I have no idea how to do that, to be honest, but this is how you can combine things. Let me quickly find it out. There we go. So this would be it. A little complicated, but basically the and sign combines things, right? And why we have the brackets is because then you can add like any word here, right? Cindy, Jordan, Peterson. So A2 and something is combining it, and then you can have the space technically with this. What are some other things that you could do? Let me quickly think. So this is another one. This is the left function. And yeah, I know it looks super complicated. So just go back to this video if you need it. This is basically to get the first name of something. So let's say you have here Jordan Peterson, and you want to get Jordan only out of that, you can use this one. And yeah, I'm no genius. I just found these things out at some point, Googling like for hours and hours and hours. So it might save you some time in the future. That's how you can get the first name. All right, but that's about it. You don't need this one usually. You only need to find and replace one to remove stuff like this, like the .in just looks so weird. So just replace it, boom. And sometimes it just removes like 150 instances like we saw, which saves you a bunch of time. And then you need the proper one. That way you have a clean company name. Now we're going to get into AI personalization, which you've probably been waiting for. All right, let's dive in. So the first thing that you want to get is you want to get GPT for Sheets, which is a workspace Google thing, right? So just Google GPT for Sheets. You're going to go into the workspace and just install it right here. And then once you have that, it's going to be available right here in the extensions. GPT for Sheets. Now you will need an API key, I think. I think in the beginning you can even get a free one at openai.com, right? So just like do OpenAI API key. So once you go here into OpenAI, for me it's platform.openai.com. So you can just create an account. And then here on the left side, you have the API key somewhere right here where you can create one. And as I said, the first ones are even free, I think. And then after that, you need to pay, but it's so little. It's maybe like, for me, it's sometimes like $5 to $10, like in a whole month of like me being a super power user of ChatGPT in general. So that being said, if you have it, then you can just enable it right here. So you can just click on launch and enable. So let's just do that. And now we can use ChatGPT right here. So let's say we create a new column here. We can play around with it a little bit. Another cool thing here about Google Sheets is if you don't like this text to overlap, you can just click on this. Let's just select all of these ones. And you can do here wrapping clip. That way it's not going to be annoying. I don't know why it didn't work. Maybe because the text is coming from somewhere else. So let's just do all of this. Wrapping clip. There we go. It looks a little cleaner like this. So that being said, GPT test. what you can do here is you can just do the equal sign, GPT, and then you can do whatever. Write a poem, right? Maybe this was a little fast, so let me show you. This was the prompt, right? GPT, and then the text. And now it's loading. The sun sets low in the sky as the day comes to an end. The birds fly home to their nests and the world begins to blend. Yeah, so this is like a little poem here. I don't think that would perform that well in cold email. Haven't tried though, so if you want to, feel free to try it. The way we're going to use this is we are going to use this in combination, usually with the SEO description. So let's take a look at where the SEO description is. That is the easiest way you can get into this. Usually we have it here, so let's take a look. There we go. So there's the SEO description. I'm just going to make this like yellow so that we will recognize it easily. Well, let me actually put it to the right side. There we go. So with the SEO description, you can really personalize well. So let me show you how that looks like. Let me just put all of them a little smaller. There we go. So as you see, like almost all websites have a SEO description. Not everyone, not all of them, to be honest, but most of them have. So what we can do here is we can just play around with GPT. Summarize. Is that written with Z? I don't know. Summarize what they sell in one sentence. And then you would close this one. I think you would need to do this one again, the and sign, and click on this, and then close the brackets. There we go. And as we see here, in this case, maybe I want to like actually have the wrapping. Seems like it didn't work. Oh, okay. Then let's do it like this. Nope. Okay, then let's do it like this. Okay. CM Global sells custom indoor LED and neon signs, lottery, right? So now we can actually create prompts based on this to personalize. So let me show you what you can do there. So actually I have a little prompt that I saved to myself. I can like put it down here, like below this video. So here we're going to choose this and this. So what the prompt says is write a short assumption sentence of what the business does to the owner of the business based on the following paragraph in less than 15 words. Start with, I love how you make it sound like, maybe you can even say, I admire how you make it sound like someone would talk. Simplify what the paragraph said to a high school kid who can understand it. Avoid any promotional sentence, use only sentence only, blah, blah. Right, so let's see what that's going to bring us. Actually, we need to add GPT here. So I'm not going to like pause this video now because I want you to see how long it takes. So see, like, look, it literally took 2 seconds. I admire how you create custom sign and promotional products for businesses. You could also say, I love your dedication to, right? And then hopefully it's going to say creating these signs. I love your dedication to creating unique signs and promotional products. There we go. So this is the magic of this. And let me think what we're going to take this now. Another thing is what you could do is found you looking for, and then hopefully it's going to do like looking for unique signs, blah, blah, blah. Let's see. Found you looking for a business that creates custom LED and neon signs. Okay, that's solid. So now let's just do that for the other ones. So this one is a B2B focused digital agency. Found you looking for help scaling your Amazon business, right? So that doesn't make any sense because she would have to say my, or he, or whoever the AI is. Found you looking for a company that provides Wi-Fi authentication and marketing services. That's really, really good. That's really strong. So I don't know where this Wi-Fi thing is from. Let's see. It's from here. So guest Wi-Fi network authentication and marketing service to custom. So this is really, really strong. I think I'm going to keep it at this because at the end, like, you need to experiment a little with it. We always experiment with it completely. So, for example, for a Google Ads agency, what we did is notice your products, and then the product type, and ChatGPT finds it out, are not really getting the attention they deserve on Google, for example. This is something that we did there, right? And then basically ChatGPT created the product type, figured out what they sell, and put it in there, which is a really good personalization. But yeah, this is how you use it. You can use it, as you see, like in a million different ways. I could tell you million different ways. However, the way I treat this as well is like for every project, I usually sit down and think really, what is the person that you're targeting? What would they admire? Most importantly, put yourself into the shoes of that prospect. What would they admire? Like if I'm writing to a 18-year-old agency owner that I send from Twitter, for example, let's say I scrape leads from Twitter and then I send them an email, I would write completely differently, and I would have a completely different first line here. Like if I say, I love how you did XYZ, like it just doesn't sound good, right? But for a more formal email for a CEO or something, that might make more sense, right? So keep that in mind. And then that's about it, I think, for this one. So there's a couple of different other ones. There's quick lines as well. Before I do that, let me show you one other thing here. If there's no SEO description, technically, you can use something else to generate the SEO description. Okay, somehow I couldn't figure it out, but basically there's a function that's called VLOOKUP. If you want, you can check that out. However, the only reason why I am not doing it right now, or I'm not showing it to you, because it never really worked that well at scale for me. So it only worked for like 1 or 2 entries, and that's it. So what it basically does, it is basically scraping the website, looking into it, and putting in the SEO description that it generates. However, the thing is that once you drag it down to like 5 or 10 entries, it immediately doesn't work and it breaks. And that is something that I've like Googled a lot of times, like Google Sheets, VLOOKUP slow. So for example, if I do that, must check every record of the data. Yeah, so there's like a reason why it's like super slow. Haven't figured it out. If you figured it out, let me know. Then there's this other thing called quicklines.ai, which you can sign up to as well if you want to. They have like this $59 plan with 300 credits every month, which is, to be fair, a good deal. I should use it a little more, but I've definitely used it in the past. So let me show you what the personalizations look like. What they do, which is good, is that they scrape the LinkedIn profile, which is pretty cool. So let me show you how their personalizations are so that you can be the judge if you like them or not. So here, let me just import it. All right, there we go. So what they do is they basically scrape the LinkedIn, and these are the kind of personalizations that they came up with. Saw you graduated university. Have you been back since? Happy to learn that Brady Miller gave you such a great recommendation on LinkedIn. Kudos. Congrats on being awarded the P. Wisner Award. Super impressive. Saw that you were once a volunteer at Foundation. You're making a difference out there. Love what you're doing at Kismet Limousine. Keep crushing it. So I would say they're good. Sometimes I feel like they're a little weird, like sometimes a little like creepy as well. So, for example, this one, like, why would someone write like with these brackets, PEO School Award 2019 to 2020 Award, which is like sometimes a super unnecessary award that is nothing like special as well. So sometimes it is a little weird. Your publication caught my attention. It was so well written. I'm sure your friends are proud of you. Or like here, you didn't actually write it, so they might ask you about it. Or you're being an alum of an institution like University of Notre Dame, Mendoza College must have had its perks. So I would say it's okay. It's definitely, I tried it in the past, and I definitely did get some replies of like, wow, that was a crazy email in terms of the personalization. Or like, well done on your research, But sometimes it's also been like people saying this was like 40 years ago, so a little awkward. But give it a try if you want to. So especially if you have a super highly targeted list and you only want to send out 200-300 emails, definitely worth getting this Quicklines deal, to be honest. So just go to Quicklines AI if you want to get that. All right, that's about it for this video. Next step for you is to do the steps that I showed you. Use the find and replace function. Use the proper function in order to clean the company name. Make sure to also select that instantly then, so that you don't select this one. Maybe sometimes I actually like write some stuff down here so that I don't select it instantly. And then what else is there? The SEO description, you can use that to personalize your thingies here. And that's about it. All right, see you in the next video, and bye-bye.